Michaels is just about ready to quit, but this is massive. What a shocker. That is one of the most popular superstars.
All right, y'all. What up? This your boy Ace here, and welcome to After News to Light. Let's talk about this. Indi Hartwell, bro. Indi Hartwell gets drafted to Raw. Now, in the last couple of videos, I went over Isla and Alba Fyre, so if y'all want to listen to them as they got drafted to SmackDown, this fourth round of the draft was lit, bro. This was the littest round of the draft. Every round had a big name, but like as a whole, though, so many changes, man. Damage Control going to SmackDown. Shinsuke Nakamura going to Raw. Alba Fyre, Isla going to SmackDown, and then finally Indi Hartwell going to Raw. I basically got all three of the NXT call-ups right. I got all three of them right. All three of them right. For the last few months, I kept on saying these girls are going to probably be drafted. I knew they were going to be drafted. The only one that I've definitely been like looking at as far as getting drafted is probably what's her name? Zoe Stark. So hopefully that one still happens. But Indi Hartwell gets drafted to Raw, man. And I was talking in the last couple of videos about the emotion that Alba Fyre and Isla had. Like, they had real emotion. Like, they actually gave each other a big hug. I think it was a big deal because they had finally made it. Now, Indi Hartwell, she got a little emotional too, but it wasn't as much as, because I think she knew she was going to get drafted. But like Alba Fyre and Isla, they had that like we made it type of deal. And so many blessings for Indi Hartwell, right? In the last couple of months, becoming an NXT champion, being able to defend it for a month, and now headed to Raw. So Indi Hartwell is officially on the roster, man. And the women's division needs Indi Hartwell, bro. They needed Indi Hartwell badly. I'm so glad she's finally on the main roster, bro. They need her. They look, this woman's roster on both shows are crap. Outside of like Rhea Ripley, there's really nothing exciting going on with the women's division, in my opinion, bro. Just nothing. You know, Trish has elevated it a little bit. I had some hope with Damage Control. That didn't come to fruition. Sometimes Becky could spice it up, but that just didn't last that long. But they need Indi Hartwell. And so it makes sense, too, because unfortunately, I think she's going to be back in line with Dexter Lumis and Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. I wanted her to be with Damage Control, but that's okay, though. That's okay. But she's going to be with them probably more than likely. So she's probably not. So I actually had her as a suspect in the Nikita Lyons attack, right? That's definitely not going to be the case. And you know what? They never did really turn her heel. So at the same time, it definitely kind of makes sense now. You know what I mean? So crazy stuff, though, man. I'm so happy for Indi Hartwell, though, personally. Like, she's finally gotten over that mountain that she's been climbing for a while now, and she's drafted to Raw, man. She's made it. She made it, man. And hopefully she can elevate it a little bit more. And she's definitely going to be a future champion, bro. Like, there's no doubt about that with Indi Hartwell. It's just a matter of how long we're going to have to wait for her to be champion. But she's definitely going to be champion, for sure. That's definitely something that we only got to think about, man. But I can't wait to see who's next. Can't wait to see who's next, man. I think I'm really leaning towards. I'm still leaning towards Zoe Stark, but I'm also leaning towards Gigi Dolan and JC Jane. Because it kind of makes sense now why they're having this match. If the feud continues on Tuesday, and because I think Triple H will probably have some type of, I don't know if it's going to be the rest of the roster going to be released as far as the other draft picks. So if they're not drafted on the actual TV show, because I think the men are going to be drafted on Raw on Monday on TV, and then the rest of us probably just going to be after the draft. That's how I think it's going to go. So we're going to see if there's any more NXT ladies that get called up. And I hope they're forming some type of big heel faction on the main roster, man. That's the only thing that I do want. So that's why the rest of the results are going to be very, very huge. But yeah, this is going to open up some slots. I think Danny Palmer's probably definitely going to be replacing Indi Hartwell on that babyface part of the roster. We're probably going to see Sol Ruka get elevated to another level. So they've got a lot of people that are going to be elevated and stuff like that. But last thing I want to say is this. Let's go over the poll real quick. I did a poll, and you guys can still vote because there's still some names that haven't been drafted yet. But in the poll, I asked you guys, because I see that Indi Hartwell's voter count has gone up and Roxanne's gone down. Who you guys think are going to be drafted from this field of the baby faces? I'm probably going to put out another one before Raw Monday, so be on the lookout for it. But you guys can still vote on this one. So Roxanne Perez leads, almost 400 votes, 14 likes. Gigi Dolan looks like she's second, and then Kaden Carter and Katana Chance are fourth. Going to be interesting. I'm going to add another babyface name in there for the next one, but keep voting. I also got a heel version. This poll was right before that one. This one has Cora Jade, Tiffany Stratton, and Zoe Stark and Tatum Paxley in it. So very interesting stuff, man. Indi Hartwell on Raw is going to be very, very interesting. Also, watch my video where I talk about the parking lot attacks. I'm going to have to do an updated one. I said I was going to do an updated one after the draft, but watch that one because I actually do a draft preview in there too. So definitely catch that one. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section about this, man, too. Go ahead and give this video a like, man. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. After News Delight.